Welcome to Lights Up. So this is our 37th season of Plays by Young Writers. I'm Cecilia Kuma, the Executive Director of Playwrights Project. I go by she, her. Welcome. And this is the opportunity typically for the playwrights to take the stage, but now we are on Zoom, so they are taking the screen with us this evening. And we get to announce the winners of our California Young Playwrights Contest. We'd like to start with the land acknowledgement to honor the original inhabitants of the land we currently occupy. Here in San Diego, we are on the land of the Kumeyaay people, whose traditional worldview focuses on balance and harmony of the earth and sky, and a community of living beings. We find inspiration in this land of the Kumeyaay and pursue this balance and harmony. So this is the 37th consecutive year of our Plays by Young Writers Festival, and we had hoped that we would be in person, but unfortunately, that isn't going to happen for us this year. We do miss being live and in person, but we decided to continue streaming the festival this year just to assure the safety of our audiences. Predominantly, we serve school students who cannot necessarily meet the testing and vaccination requirements that are needed to be in person in live theater. So in order to serve the schools, we've decided that we will stream the performances into the classrooms. And thanks to our creative and innovative production team, I know it's going to be spectacular. We'll perform the scripts with a combination of online and live. The actors will be working together in the same space, so that's one improvement. And we will then stream them online to the public as well in January. Innovation, flexibility, important skills in theater and in life. At Playwrights Project, we really believe in the life skills that theater helps to instill. Problem solving, collaboration, listening, just to name a few. We recognize that everyone has stories to share, and we believe in the power of sharing those stories through theater. Since Deborah Salzer founded Playwrights Project back in 1985, we have been empowering people of all ages and backgrounds to voice their stories through theater, inspiring individual growth and creating meaningful community connections. To talk about our programs, I'd like to introduce our program manager, Nicole Hernandez.
Thanks. Hi, I'm Nicole Hernandez. My pronouns are she, her, hers. So our programs focus on amplifying voices from underserved communities, including youth and adults in the justice system, foster care, and low-income neighborhoods. Most years we work in approximately 40 schools, conducting writing programs in over 100 classrooms and serving over 4,000 students. We'd like to thank the teaching artists who guide students to write short plays and our professional actors who visit classes to perform participants' plays. For some, their plays are an opportunity to express their sense of humor. For others, the playwriting process is a therapeutic opportunity to reflect on challenges in their lives. When the actors perform student scripts at the end of the program, the writers discover how universally their ideas resonate with the audience, and peers marvel at each writer's unique voice. Students in our school programs are given the opportunity to submit their scripts to our statewide California Young Playwrights Contest. To tell you more about the script selection, I'd like to introduce Rachel Van Warmer, contest coordinator, associate producer, and Plays by Young Writers alumna.
Hi, Nicole. Thank you so much. My name is Rachel Van Warmer. I'm thrilled to be back with Playwrights Project. The scripts produced in Plays by Young Writers are selected from Playwrights Project California Young Playwrights Contest, which is open to anyone who lives in California and is under the age of 19. Contest entries come from our programs and from students across the state. 276 scripts were submitted to the contest this year by 287 students. Some students write in pairs or groups, and other writers submit more than one script. Scripts were submitted by students at 50 schools across 42 school districts. Since all entries are read void of identifying information, the scripts are received and tracked by Playwrights Project Office Manager Aria Proctor, who reviews each script to make sure there aren't student names on any of the pages before she shares them with the script reviewers. None of these readers know the name, hometown, school, or gender of the playwrights. We only know if they're in the younger division, ages 14 and under, or the older division, ages 15 through 18. As the contest coordinator, I read and evaluate every script. Each play is also evaluated by one or more theater professionals from our pool of volunteer script readers and letter writers. These script evaluators play a key role in the script review process, and we could not make this happen without them. Look on your screen there. These are some of our amazing team of theater artists who critique plays for us. We thank every single one of them. About 50 of the top scoring scripts are read by Cecilia Kuma, and she and I then meet to narrow in on the semifinalists and the finalists. Finalists in the older division are then sent on to a panel of final judges. This year's panel included the following theater experts: Peter Serino, co-founder of Tuyo Theater and SDSU Theater faculty; Ahmed Kenyatta Dents, Director of Venue Experience and Artistic Associate at San Diego Rep; Josefina Lopez, award-winning playwright and Plays by Young Writers alumna; Annie Weissman, award-winning playwright, TV producer, and Plays by Young Writers alumna; and George Ye, Mesa College theater professor and multifaceted theater artist. And George is also directing the festival this year. Once the final judges have submitted their scores, Cecilia, George, and I then look at the top scoring scripts. We review the judges' comments alongside our own critiques and consider various pairings to create a group of plays that will provide audiences with an intriguing balance of theatrical styles, voices, and themes. We consider the ideal playing time for each piece to assure the plays fit together into a satisfying runtime when seen all together. And since the plays will be seen by school groups as inspiration for their own writing, we also consider the age appropriateness of the plays. For the final stage of our selection process, we conduct phone interviews with those writers selected for the pairings to assure that our interpretations of the plays align with the students' writers' intentions, and that the writers are willing and able to devote the time and effort necessary for revisions. So now, to tell you more about the production process, I welcome to the screen the director of Plays by Young Writers Festival this year, George Ye.
Thank you, Rachel. Welcome everybody and good evening. First of all, let me say congratulations to all of our semifinalists and finalists and winners. You each wrote remarkable plays and should be proud of the work you've done. This has been a very exciting process so far, and every year this festival is very special and very unique. So congratulations to you all. Our goal with the festival is to provide writers with an opportunity to revise their scripts and to hone their skills as they work with a team of professionals and to interpret and stage their plays. Each writer is assigned a dramaturg who serves as the playwright's writing mentor throughout the production experience. And by the way, writers, I want to thank you for your excellent revisions thus far. We had auditions today and we're moving into the next phase of production, and it's nice to see you guys working hard on these things. I really enjoy that these plays tackle complex philosophical questions through the lens of relatable characters. You're taking us on an epic journeys of self-discovery and exploration in our place in the world. There are wonderful theatrical elements in each of these plays that will be fun to actualize with the mixed medium of stage and video this year. As the director, I get to dig into the meaning of your play and shape a vision for the production. I will guide actors and designers in analyzing and interpreting your characters and the world of the play. I enjoy this process a great deal. Every year I've had a chance to work with these plays and direct. It's been a big puzzle to solve, and a large part of my mission is to understand what the playwrights are trying to say and work with everybody to try and help channel their voice through the medium of playwriting and see it actualize itself on stage. Even though we can't produce the performances on stage for an audience, we will conduct rehearsals in person with actors safely sharing space and making discoveries on their feet. I look forward to sharing this process with you all. There are some other key members of the production team which really round out the professional experience. Myself, director, Mike Buckley is our set and props designer. Excellent artist to work with. Jordan Smiley is our costume designer. Evan Eason is our sound designer. Alvin Angeles is our technical advisor and virtual platform engineer. He'll be very helpful this year. Nicole Hernandez, you know, is our program and marketing manager. And Aria Proctor, who's been a great deal of help right away, is our production and box office manager. And Rachel Van Warmer, of course, who I've enjoyed collaborating with thus far, is their associate producer and dramaturg. And Rihanna Bassor, who's a dramaturg, and Julia Giozzetti is a dramaturg. That's what I have to offer to the presentation at the moment.
Thank you, George, and welcome to the team. It is great to have everyone on board, and I am really looking forward to delving further into the work. I'm so proud to add that some of our alumni of Plays by Young Writers have gone on to professional writing careers. Two of our judges who are alumni include Josefina Lopez. So Josefina wrote the play Real Women Have Curves, which was made into a movie. She continues to inspire youth with her theater education program in Los Angeles. Annie Weissman's plays include Be Aggressive, Hold Please, and she has many TV credits as well, including her most recent series on Apple TV, Physical. Lauren Yee was recently recognized as the second most produced playwright in the nation. Her plays Cambodian Rock Band and The Great Leap are both included in the list of the top 10 most produced plays in 2019-20 season. Ryan Johnson is a screenwriter, director, and producer, and we produced his first play. His movies include Knives Out, Star Wars, The Last Jedi, and Looper. He will also write and direct the upcoming Star Wars trilogy. And Claire Cox is a New York-based writer and high school educator whose plays were presented in Plays by Young Writers 1997, Don't Forget to Water the Tulips, and 1998, Arthur and Nadine. Claire earned her MFA in creative writing at Hunter College in New York City, where she lives with her family. And her story, Look at You, was a finalist for the Jeffrey E. Smith Editor's Prize and was published in the Missouri Review. Her essays have been published online as Necessary Fiction and Literary Hub. Her first novel, Silver Beach, recently out and wonderful, was a finalist for the Santa Fe Writers Project Literary Awards and won the Juniper Prize for Fiction in 2020. It's out now from UMass Press. She has a new novel in progress, which she works on little by little every morning before her family awakes. I love that detail. Thank you, Claire. And here's Claire to tell you what to expect as a contest winner.
Hello, everybody. It is such an honor to be here with you, and I'm so excited and proud. I have not met you, but I'm so excited for you, and I'm so proud of you. I'll share that the experience of writing 2 plays in high school and then having them produced, having them selected among the winners of this contest for production was a pivotal, life-changing experience for me. I knew I was a writer. That had more or less always been true, but to have other people, adults, professionals, artists I respected reflect that back to me, to have my truest gesture to the world be seen, that was something else entirely. Deb, Cecilia, the play's directors, dramaturgs, actors, designers, technicians, every single one of them took my work very seriously, even though I was a kid. And Playwrights Project does that for people, particularly young folks. They see us, they recognize that we are artists. Get used to this feeling, claim it, live here, write from here. You are writers and your art lives in the world. Seeing my first play come to life on stage was completely surreal. I thought I was having an out-of-body experience. I've never felt so strange in my entire life. And that was kind of a clue that being a writer was to touch a very powerful current, and I needed to pay close attention to it. It has not always been easy. I've never made a living from writing. I've never listed it as my occupation on an official form, but I am definitely still a writer. Almost 20 years ago, I wrote down a quote in my journal. It's from Goethe, the great German literary figure who died almost 200 years ago, but it's still very relevant. And I wrote it like really, really hard and really thick because it was very important. And that quote is, "Do not hurry, do not rest." Friends, this is excellent advice. Don't worry about getting your writing out fast enough, because there is always someone faster, better, and more dazzling, and it does not matter at all. But do not stop. Do not stop. Keep going. I am the parent of a 6-year-old and a full-time public high school teacher and a daughter and a friend and a partner, and I do not have heaps of free time lying around, but nearly every day I wake up at 4 o'clock and I claim the time before my husband and son wake up to write fiction, inch by inch. Do not hurry. Do not rest. Writing makes you a writer. Keep going. My heart is so full for you on this momentous night. You are wonderful, marvelous beings and artists, each of you. Enjoy this. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Claire. We so appreciate you being here with us and sharing your wisdom. Thank you. All right. So as mentioned earlier, we received 276 contest entries, and we congratulate all of the entrants on completing their plays. Every student that requested feedback received a letter from a theater professional with notes and praise for their script. Now it's time to introduce to you this year's Young Writers. So here are lists of our semifinalists in the younger and older divisions. We have Aiden Doniger, When the Days Are the Same. Eric Rodriguez, Knowing Your Limit. Marlena Rojas Renteria, Clean Me Up. Thank you for our semifinalists in the younger division. And now we will look at our older semifinalists. Now we have Daria Arad, Boiling Point. Perry Benjamin, Dragonfly. Abigail Bulkey, Working to Instill Some Hope. Lowen Jeffrey, Cracking the Case. Chloe Johnston, Who Does the Dishes After the Revolution? Caitlin Mason, Dear Edith. Finn Proctor, Control Z. Lila Sutherland, Cinnamon Chai Lattes on Tuesdays. Congratulations to our semifinalists. If you're here with us, please turn on your cameras and we'd love to see your faces. So we can stop sharing so we can see everyone. See, do we have any semifinalists here? I hope so. There we go. Wonderful. Congratulations. We are clapping for you here. In our office, we're cheering. So we very much appreciate your work. Congratulations on your achievement. Thank you. And now we will move on to our finalists. So for our finalists in the younger division, we have Sabrina Haji, Kio's Big Deal. Moani Miranda Apple, A New Home. Estrella Liu, Torn in Between. Mylin Nguyen, It's Time. Congratulations to our younger finalists. Let's take a look at our older finalists. We have Soraya Horn Kemp, Innocence. Caitlin Mason, The Last Words of a Shooting Star. Srihitha Palapathula, Cinderella and I and the Ball of Lies. Felicity Phelan, Men of Letters. Finn Proctor, A Play About a Boy. Alora Sparnett, The First Zoomsgiving. Caitlin Mason, The First Zoomsgiving. Jay Shang, Sistina for the Utah Sun Tunnels. Congratulations to our finalists. If you're with us, please turn on your camera so we may celebrate you. Wonderful. Hello again, Finn. Hello, look at all of you. Wonderful. Congratulations. Yay. We're all again cheering for you in our office. We're very proud of you. Congratulations on your achievement. So we will mail you all certificates of achievement. And again, congratulations on all of your hard work. We hope that you'll keep writing. We'll also celebrate our finalists and semifinalists by including their names and play titles on our website.
Thank you, Nicole, and congratulations to our finalists and semifinalists. And now to our winning scripts. So we will announce each winner and we'll hear a brief snippet from the winning play, and then we'll invite the writer to turn on their camera to be recognized. So let me first introduce our actors. Claudette Santiago has acted in our Plays by Young Writers in the past, as well as in our community and schools programs. Most notably, her performance, people may recall, was Trash in Trash the Musical. Tommy Tran also performed in Trash the Musical and in the Love Project last year. He'll be joining us as an actor as well. And Tommy also has supported as an actor in our school programs, our programs in prisons, and in the community. Bianca Vanegas performed The Fight for a Dream last year by Arely Gomez Hernandez. And so we're really happy to have you back as well. She also reprised that role in Spanish, which Arely wrote in Spanish, translated for us so that we could share it at the convention center when we were doing playwriting programs there with the unaccompanied minors, and they really loved the play. So really appreciate that. We will start with the winners in our younger division, who will receive a staged reading. Ahmed Al-Hashimi and Yasin Isa were both age 13 when they wrote The Jealous Soccer Ball during a playwriting program in Melanie Ellis's 8th grade class at Hillsdale Middle School in La Mesa. Julia Gialzetti will dramaturg, and the contest reader Susan Walter commended the creative spirit of this play and the empathy between the anthropomorphic characters. So the scene begins with Ronaldo, a schoolyard soccer ball, who is talking with his best friend, LeBron.
LeBron, I wish I was like you, because people like you more than me.
It's okay, man. You will be like me one day. Just be patient and you will see the results.
Yeah, I'm patient, but I'm bored because people never play with me.
Ronaldo, I'm with you, man. You're not alone. People will pay attention to you when the right time comes.
Yeah, you're right. Guess I should be patient. And yeah, you are right, I have you as a friend.
A person picks up LeBron.
All right, Ronaldo. Bye. I'll see you about an hour later.
Bye, LeBron. Why does he always get picked by people? And I'm lonely.
Thank you, actors. Ahmed and Yasin, will you please join us on screen? Good to see you. Congratulations. Wonderful. So what inspired you to write this play?
Like, because I don't know, like people needed how can I people like because this writing is like more like it shows like people go through this, like people want to be like other people like in the future, and that's what we try to show it, like because Yasin liked soccer and I liked basketball, so we just made this thing.
That's a great choice. That's really wonderful. I know Tori's in the audience. She was the teaching artist that worked with your class, and I know she's very, very proud of you both. So thank you so much, and we look forward to seeing what happens between the basketball and the soccer ball. Thank you so much, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. And now for the winners in the older division of the contest, ages 15 to 18. They'll receive a full production. Last year, Declan Kahlberg was an exception in winning the contest at the age of 14 with his play Dub Thee Fear. Declan surprised us again this year with his play Boxed In, which won this year's contest. Declan has been involved in youth theater productions, classes, and camps since he was 7 years old. He lives in Temecula and attends the Western Center Academy. Boxed In is set decades after COVID-19, but society still is isolated from one another, confined to their apartments. Neighbors Charles and Emily communicate nightly via screens, but Charles longs for a more human connection. Final Judge Annie Weissman said, "I love the ease and the energy of the dialogue and the inventiveness of the premise. Bravo to this writer for engaging in a real philosophical debate that also felt emotional and funny and real and very, dare I say, human." All right, so let's hear a bit of that dialogue. Come on back to the screen. We will have Bianca and Tommy for this one. 100 years in the future, Emily and Charles are young adults who are in 2 apartments next to each other. There are no doors or windows.
So what have you been doing lately?
Not much. How about you?
Oh, well, I mean, you know, no, really, you must have been doing something lately. Tell me about it.
Well, staring at the wall, thank you very much. Well, I've been into the history of... Oh no, this is going to be impossible to explain.
What?
Okay. Here's nothing. It's an old form of theater called Commedia dell'arte.
An old form of what?
Ah, yes, here we are. Theater. It was an old activity. People would dress up, maybe put on some makeup, wigs, masks on. You get the idea. Memorize some sentences and then recite them, usually for an audience of people gathered around.
Around screens?
No, that's the thing about it. The actors, that's what they called people reciting the lines, actors. And usually the audience would all be in the same room or outside.
What? But what if someone...
I know, it's scary. That's what I'm trying to figure out. The funny thing was that when the virus hit, well, it was a while after the virus hit. I'm talking about when people actually recognized it, because people did some of it like this on calls, but it sort of petered out. Apparently, it just wasn't the same.
Why are you looking into it?
Well, you see, a lot of the actors wore masks, and they were these stock characters that got played a huge number of times with lots of variations, but at the end of the day, they all gelled together into one basic... It's hard to explain.
Okay, but why were you looking?
Something was missing.
What?
Nothing.
What do masks have to do with it?
It's like the mask I wear every single day.
All right, and let's hear from Declan. Congratulations on that. Hi, Declan.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Thank you. So this play started with a sneeze. I was on a Zoom call. Dreadful thing. I don't recommend it. And I sneezed, and I realized I was about to sneeze, and like I turned my video and microphone off for a sec and sneeze. But that got me wondering after that. That was this tiny little thing, but why did I do it? Why did I feel the need to hide what some might consider an imperfection, then what social impacts with the pandemic having? How do people already do that? How might people do that more? And as with most things, taken to its logical, or depending on how you look at it, illogical extreme, that leads to dystopia. So that's what I wrote the play about.
That's wonderful.
And I think I may have even been on a Zoom meeting for Playwrights Project. I don't really remember. I just remember that I was on a Zoom meeting and I sneezed.
Oh, that's really cool. I love that. I love that concept and how an idea can come from a sneeze. I think that's really remarkable.
Yes.
All right. Well, congratulations once again, Declan, and thank you. Thank you for sharing that story. All right. So next up, our next playwright that has won the contest is 15-year-old Ana Cabrera. Ana attends San Diego Academy, and she won the contest with her play Petunia, which follows the journey of a flower who has roots in both sides of the Mexico and U.S. border. In this allegory of a family separated by the border, Petunia struggles with feelings of isolation as the only mixed-race flower in her community and explores the meaning of identity and belonging. Script reviewer Nina Guerin said of Petunia, "It's so poignant and inventive to tell a border story from the perspective of plants and flowers. Petunia wants to figure out where to plant her roots, literally. It is such a relatable topic that you immediately buy into the idea of talking flowers." I love that. Ana first wrote Petunia in a Playwrights Project summer camp taught by Alida Barthel in collaboration with New Village Arts Theater. Ana was a semifinalist in last year's California Young Playwrights Contest and has shown her dedication to writing by entering the scripts into the contest over multiple years. In addition to honing her writing skills, Ana performs with Fusion Dance in Solana Beach competition team and is a member of San Diego Academy's Spanish Honors Society. Rachel Van Wormer and Playwrights Project program manager and teaching artist Nicole Hernandez are co-dramaturgs for Petunia. In the scene that we'll see today, Petunia is talking with her friend Lila, a lilac.
Señorita Valdez thought I wasn't from here today.
Our new teacher?
Yeah, I was just back there explaining to her that I'm definitely not an exchange seedling.
Well, you didn't have to interrupt what I was trying to...
But don't you think it's weird that she asked me?
Well, I think it's weird that you're not
She
listening
just
to.
looked at me and assumed that I wasn't from here. Why didn't she say, Leela, are you an exchange seedling?
Well, I mean, I guess you're not really from here.
What do you mean? I've lived here my whole life.
But you weren't born on this side, right?
Well, not exactly. I was just a little seedling right on the edge of the line where my mom and dad met when they were just blossoming. It was very romantic, actually.
Right in between both sides. So does that mean you can really be from here?
Of course it does. I grew up right on our hill. Isn't that what makes us belong?
Well, what about when you're on the other side with your dad? It's not the same.
First of all, not since I was very little. And second, how?
Well, people there are different, so flowers must be different.
Oh, come on, Leela.
Well, think about it though. If there weren't any differences, there wouldn't be a line between the two sides.
But
I just think that it's important to realize that the two sides aren't the same.
well, I haven't been on the other side in a really long time, okay? I live here. And anyway, why would Señorita Valdez single me out?
Well, you don't exactly look like you're from here either.
Excuse me?
Petunia, you do have pink speckles, which no one else here has. Pink petunias only live on the other side of the hill.
Leela, after all those years that I've known you, are you seriously saying that this is what you think of me?
It's not a bad thing. I just thought you would have noticed by now.
Well, you can't just judge by the way how I look.
Thank you. Wow. So great to hear that out loud. Anna, will you please join us? Congratulations. Hi, thank you for joining us. Would you answer for us what inspired you to write the play?
What inspired me to write this play is that I was looking in my backyard and I noticed that some of the petunias had pink and purple speckles, which reminded me of my own freckles for some reason. And I think it's because I think a lot about my ethnic and cultural identity. And I think that's something that a lot of people will relate to. So just looking at that flower had kind of an instant connection with something in my life.
Oh, that's terrific. That's the view of an artist, definitely taking inspiration from just looking out the window. Thank you for that and congratulations. All right. Okay, our next winning play to receive a full production is Reverie by Jacqueline Valandi. 17-year-old Jacqueline wrote her script while attending Orange County School of the Arts. She resides in Ladera Ranch and is a member of the Girl Scouts of Orange County School of the Arts Thespian Troupe 6826, and the National Honor Society. Jacqueline is also an accomplished songwriter and released an album a few weeks ago on October 22nd. Reverie takes an imaginative look at the monotony of life as three students set in a surreal classroom escape mundane realities through a collective daydream. Local actor and teaching artist Rihanna Basor is dramaturg for Reverie. Final judge Annie Weissman said of Reverie, "I just love this piece so much. It was playful, whimsical, and deeply moving. It feels very organic, a powerful and hugely relevant piece of writing." Let's watch an excerpt. All right, Shane, Alex on either side of Dylan and are looking at an upside down textbook.
Check this out.
What are we looking at?
Dylan, you're holding it upside down.
You don't see it?
See what?
Look, right here is my little cottage. And here is
my townhouse.
What?
You don't see it?
It's upside down.
Look, Shane, it's right there. Look closely.
Is that my fishing hut? It is.
How did it take you so long to find it?
Oh, what's this right here?
Isn't that
The orange trees. Oh, can you smell them?
When I was younger, my mom would pack an orange in my lunch every day. And then when she came to wake me up, her hands would smell like oranges. It happened every day. Soon her hands stopped smelling like oranges, and instead oranges started smelling like her hands.
If you need me, I'll be fishing right outside my hut.
Let us know when you catch something.
When I was younger, my dad would take me out on a kayak and go fishing all the time. We would sit there in the water as the sun came up and laugh with each other for hours. Don't think we ever caught anything.
Sure is a nice day out.
It is, isn't it?
I smell the oranges.
Feel that nice breeze.
The water is so blue.
You. That was lovely. And Jackie, if we can welcome you up to the screen and hear from you. Congratulations.
Yeah.
So will you tell us what inspired you with Reverie?
Yeah, so I obviously wrote this during COVID-19 years. So it was a time when a lot of us were really struggling to find connection, especially us theater people, because that's something that we relied so heavily on. So this play is really about the need for that connection and how we're able to find it if we just take a break and breathe for a couple of seconds. And then once we do find it, not taking that moment for granted.
That's lovely. It's an important message for all of us. Thank you. Stay on the screen, and will the other winning writers please join us on screen so we can see everyone at once and applaud you from our various spaces. Come on up, other writers, if you're able. There we are. There's Anna, Ahmed, Declan. Here we are. I'm going to take myself off so we have a lovely image of just the writers. All right. Congratulations. Wonderful. Thank you all so much. I can feel the applause out in the universe. So. All right. Thank you very, very much. I am so impressed with all of your talent and your willingness to express your insights through theater. Thank you for doing that. I want to thank your parents also for joining us and for supporting you through this process. We look forward to communicating with them as well as we embark on this production process to make this as rewarding an experience as possible. Thank you. I see so many wonderful claps and applause in the chat. It makes me super happy for you. Thank you, George, Rachel, Nicole, Aria, our entire production team, teaching artists, and tonight's actors. And many thanks to our board of directors who make this possible and fulfill Playwrights Project's mission and vision. Vanoli Chander, who's our president, Lisa Karazian, Henry Tanaka, Jerry Buckley, Mary Baum, Marianne Generalis, Pete Lancia, Ishita Saxon-Dayal, Allison Whitelaw, and we have a new board member too, Elisa Howry. With those of you here tonight, will you turn on your screens if you're comfortable with it? There we are. Here are some beautiful faces. Thank you all for being a part, for making this possible. We really are so deeply grateful for all that you do. Thank you. Applause to everyone. Thank you. All right. And to our festival sponsors, we definitely want to take the time to express the gratitude that we have. Sheila and Jeff Lipinski have been our festival sponsors for so many years, as have Mandel Weiss Charitable Trust, and we are extremely grateful for that support. We also have support from the Conrad Prebys Foundation, the National Endowment for the Arts, and the San Diego Commission for Arts and Culture, which is general operating support, which is so needed, especially in these times of change and shifting. So we thank those donors. We thank all of our patrons and donors, those of you who are with us today as well. We do have sponsorship opportunities, so if you're not a supporter yet and you would like to be, we welcome you to talk to us. Here's some samples of what underwriting can provide for named opportunities of the festival. Be sure to save the date to celebrate with us. We will have a special celebration, although we have to be on screen with the video production. We will have a public screening at the Museum of Photographic Arts on January 22nd. And we will have a lovely reception as well. Laurel Withers with Something Good always does a wonderful job of supporting us and taking care of us with our receptions, and she will be joining us again for that. The festival will be running on January 28th and 29th, streaming to the public, and then January 31st through February 13th will be the dates that schools will be streaming it into their classrooms. So we look forward to all of that. We have educational materials that will be sent along so that they can really embark on inspiring the next winners for next year's contest. So thank you all for joining us. We hope you have a wonderful weekend.